Hi there, I'm Leanne, the graduate teaching assistant for the UCF Gulf Scholars Program, and I'm really happy to welcome you to the second season of the UCF Gulf Scholars podcast. This season is titled The Gulf at Night. I am here with our second cohort of Gulf Scholars, Stasia, Mikkel, Maggie, and Tanisha, and they're going to be telling you a little bit about this season's podcast, what they learned, why you guys should listen, and all that great stuff.
So I'm a digital media major, so at first it might be kind of confusing why I'm in a Gulf Scholars program, but when I saw the email that they sent to us about whether we would like to join the Gulf Scholars program or not, I've always been someone who's cared about the environment. I've grown up in around the Gulf area, Florida, almost my entire life. And to me, it's very important that we preserve the environment, we preserve nature, especially in the face of all these challenges that are happening, rising sea levels, rising temperatures, policy changing around the Gulf Coast. I think it's very important to show people why it's important that we fight to preserve and protect the Gulf Coast that we live on.
For me, I joined the Gulf Scholar Program because I believe in every opportunity that's given to you, you should take it. Even though I am a communication major, this was an opportunity I saw. And as somebody who is very big on the environment, I saw this opportunity and I just took it.
My major has nothing to do with the environment. I'm a film major, so I write movies, I direct movies. But when I received an email about joining the Gulf Scholars, I thought, this is something different. That sounds nice. So I joined so I can see the beauty that the world has, specifically the beauty of the ocean. And as a film major, I do feel a sense of responsibility to use my gift that I was given to showcase the negative impact us humans have on our ecosystem. Because we get one planet. We don't get to go to Mars. Okay, we're not going anytime soon. So we get one planet. We need to start treating it better.
I think this Gulf Scholar Program is something really special, especially this project. The Gulf Coast is such a big part of the East Coast. There's multiple states aligning it. There's so many river streams from different states all the way up to Minnesota that feeds into the Gulf. And so it really is a big part of the East Coast of America. And I think taking this project and all of our different majors and trying to communicate the importance of the Gulf and the challenges that we face in the Gulf is a really special project.
What do you hope people take away from listening to this podcast?
First of all, just to show what the Gulf Coast is like. We went to a lot of different places on the Gulf Coast. We've seen what areas up around Panhandle are like, areas closer or further down. I think most of all, just to see that it's worth protecting, and then there are challenges to it. Like we've spoken to people down there, we've seen what the effects of hurricanes, the impacts they've had. We've seen the impacts of red tide and so on. And we've seen what people are doing to try and help that, prevent that, and how people are living and adapting to that. And we've talked to a lot of people, experts, and heard their opinions about what's happening with the Gulf Coast, about all the good and bad things that are happening to it. And yeah, I just think it's very important for people to just see that and take away that, first of all, they can make an impact. And second of all, there needs to be some sort of voice for change, because there are a lot of things that need to be changed, a lot of things that need to be said. And it's important people hear that and spread that.
For me, I hope people take away of how the Gulf Scholar impact many communities around it, very small communities, very big communities, and also take how we could do better people the community.
What I really hope people take away from the Gulf Scholars Program and this podcast is there are people in this world who do care about our ecosystem, about the earth. And, just one person can make a really big impact. And just imagine what 1,000 people's impact can have on the planet.
Watching our group's passion grow over the semester and then going to different communities, small and big, and hearing their passion about the Gulf and protecting it and living in it was really something special, and I hope we can try to communicate that passion to let others grow as well.
As students who live here in Florida, what kind of changes do you want to see to benefit your local environment?
I think it's definitely, there are a lot of close-knit communities there. So I think one thing I'd love to see is, first of all, more support for them, both from people and the government, just having more resources for people to have in case of, like, let's say hurricanes. Hurricanes are something that can very heavily impact people on the Gulf Coast. More resources for them to like help animals, like sea turtles. And then also for people to, sea level rise is also an issue there. And of course, warmer temperatures and everything. So having resources for people to take or use, like let's say they need to move or they need to fix some water damage, etc. People are going to need to adapt very much along those areas, and I feel like it's important to remember the community we have there, and we make sure we don't leave them behind.
I do agree with Miguel. I do feel like the government should help like the communities over there, even the small communities, because sometimes they don't have the best resources when it comes to like communication about like, hey, a big hurricane is coming, we need to evacuate. So I think like the government should help out those communities, but not only them, but also the animals as well, having different resources. But it should not only be the government. I also feel like it should be other communities as well, helping each other out. For example, like this organization can go to the beach and like do a beach cleanup day. So I do feel like no matter big or small, everybody should be helping out one way or another.
To go off what Tanisha was just saying about like cleaning up, like beach cleanups, there's a lot of trash, not just on the beach, but just everywhere. Trash is in our neighbors' yards, trash is on our school's campus. Yes, there are places that implement recycling bins and that have scattered trash cans, but people are selfish, people are lazy. So hopefully this can show, or hopefully this podcast will be able to help people see how just one wrapper of a candy can completely destroy an entire ecosystem.
I think being from Central Florida, we can see that community is what is really important. This isn't just a two-party issue or belief system. We're all in this together. And even though we may be far from the Gulf, we still feel the effects of the Gulf. And the Gulf feels effects from us, just like the trash from us going and leading into the Gulf. So it really is important that we're all in this together, we're working together, and we're trying to fix this together. I think this season's going to be really interesting because we're going into a unique topic of the Gulf at night, and a lot of people don't see or know what's happening at night. So it's kind of unraveling secrets that we may not know, or unraveling secrets of what happened during the daytime that the Gulf sees at night. So I think it can be a really interesting topic for this season.
You guys are going to love it.
It's going to be amazing.
This is going to be the first visual podcast, so hopefully you guys will be able to see the impact, not just hear about the impact.
Okay, guys, I think that's pretty good. Listeners, hit next. Listen to the next episode. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.